Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. I'm actually back with another video, man. I hope everyone's doing well. Hope everyone's doing good. Obviously, as you can see in the background, there's a drawing video. Usually, I would have just done a speed paint and just recorded a video. Just had some nice music and just called it a day. But I feel like I can use my speed paints to just kind of, get some of my own thoughts and just ideas out. Because the speed paint, if you're really thinking about it, I watch speed paints just for the sake of watching them. But I also feel like just, add, spice it a bit up, add, put my little spin on it. And just talk about things I want to talk about. So in today's video, we're going to talk about two things that I've been wanting to talk about for a minute. So obviously the first thing is going to be perfectionism. And then the second thing is going to be just theology in general, and my stance on it. And it's pretty much that. This video is going to be playing in the background. I'm just going to, obviously when I bring up a relevant point or something that might seem unfamiliar, I'll put, maybe a definition on the screen, some sort of image just to, make it easy to understand what the point I'm trying to illustrate across. And yeah, man, peace. Okay, personality, nice. Perfectionism is a personality trait characterized by a relentless pursuit of flawlessly high standards, paired with overly critical self-evaluations. Driven by fear, often leads to anxiety, procrastination, and a skewed sense of self-worth. So what I kind of took from this is this idea of obviously wanting to be the best, and there's some element obviously believing that you are. And I think me personally, I have this sort of mindset to some extent, and I feel like my brain is sort of took in those thoughts and be how can we short circuit that? Because we know how the brain works. It often takes the path of least resistance, and it often just it tries to just make things as easy as possible. So I think one way it's going to obviously do that, I think definitely has impacted me, is just avoiding certain subject matters, right? And I don't think it's something consciously I'm doing, right? Because I'll be on Pinterest for 20, 30 minutes. I'll look at multiple different references. I can draw that. And I'll just end up not doing any of those. And I'll simply end up picking the one which is probably the easiest for me. And I'm not thinking about that in the moment, right? I've already kind of just come to this realization, I'll say maybe a few weeks ago. And I already came to that realization a few weeks ago, and I feel like it's really problematic. But in my news video, again, I'm not going to reveal too much. I pretty much just bypassed this issue completely. And I feel like moving onwards, I'm definitely going to just be a lot more conscious when I'm picking out references. I'm going to start trying to focus on things which I haven't drawn a lot of. Or I'm going to be, just for example, this is what I'm drawing on the screen is a leap in that direction. As you can see, I'm clearly drawing something which I've never drawn before, which is a structure. What was this even called? I can't remember what it's called. I genuinely just picked this out and just was hey, let's just draw this. This is out of my comfort zone. It's going to force me to use color, force me to actually practice a sense of perspective. And it actually incorporated multiple things which I feel like I practice somewhere in isolation, besides from color, which I just don't practice at all. Which obviously with this drawing, my color's obviously gonna be terrible, it's gonna be bad. But I think kind of just exposing myself to that and kind of realizing, hey, you're not this perfect artist who can just pick up anything and just instantaneously just do it. So I feel like this is definitely a leap in the right direction. And if I just keep doing this, I'll really humble myself and realize that there is so much more to learn. And I'll stop hiding behind this mask of, I'm good. Because in the future, I want to make my own manga, bro. So if I can't draw things like this, I'm not gonna get far. Bro. So that's what I'm saying. This is definitely a leap in the right direction, and I'm gonna just keep pushing, keep trying to get out of my comfort zone. Because at the end of the day, that's where the most progress is made. And obviously, you can apply this way of thinking to pretty much anything in life, bro. We can apply it to obviously drawing, apply it to sports, apply it to academics. We can apply it to just anything in life, bro. I think if it's always good to just take this open-minded mindset, yeah, open-minded mindset, and just really expose yourself to so many different, expose yourself to so many different things. Take advice from so many different people, because like at the end of the day, someone could obviously be unqualified to obviously speak on a matter, right? And you can obviously brush and ignore like 95% of what they're saying. But what I've written here is just be open to all forms of advice, even if it's not from a place of love. Still think about the words people say. There could be gems in piles of poo, which just need to be refined. I mean, it's a funny. I just made it up, and it's funny, but I think they definitely hold some weight to it. So, yeah, man, I think it's definitely. I think that's just the best mindset to adopt at the end of the day. Now, the other part of the video I actually want to talk about, theology. Obviously, theology, if you break the word down, it's just going to be stuff to fly. Obviously, theos meaning God, and then ology, obviously, the study of. So I guess that would be the study of God, or the concept of God. I think my definition is right. I'll maybe slap an image on the screen just to make sure I'm not bugging. So, yeah. So I want to firstly start off with, I guess, my stance. I say like a few months ago. Yeah, I say like a few months ago. Like I could confidently say I was Christian, but I feel like I never really questioned why. Like, why am I Christian? And I like, because the Bible obviously also says that you should be able to give an account for obviously your faith and why you're so joyous. And I actually just couldn't answer that question, and it really puzzled me. Like, why could I not answer that question? Like, if someone came and attempted to refute my theology, like how would I go about approaching it, right? And I actually couldn't answer that question successfully. Like, I would watch lots of theological videos, but like I was never actually trying to gain knowledge. Like, it would be like I'll literally have the video, or I'd be watching the video and just like, I guess, not really fully absorbing the information. Like, I was LARPing, but like it wasn't even like a decent LARP. Like I would know buzzwords, but that was it. It was kind of just like fake comfort, right? That the fact, I guess I'm seeing, in quotation marks, like opposing worldviews, opposing theologies, I guess being disputed and just kind of being satisfied with it at the end of the day. And yeah, I feel like it's definitely important for me to just kind of go back to, I guess, the foundations of obviously Christianity, and actually, like, obviously I know like the basic concepts of it, but like when I mean the foundations, like I think I need to just definitely read the Bible a lot more, because I think that when I was obviously consistently reading, like I think I even remember telling myself I was first reading for like practical sake, like obviously application to my life, and then I was going to do a second read of actual theology. And I don't know why I just stopped doing that completely. Maybe because of A-levels, maybe it was because... Yeah, no, I think I can confidently say it was because of A-levels, but I never picked it back up for some reason. So I think that's definitely something I'm going to definitely... I need to do, right? I think I value truth a lot. And I believe it's important to know what is true. And I think the pursuit of that is important in everyone's lives. I feel like this is also maybe like a side note. Why is it... I don't know, I think this question... I don't really know where I'm going with this question. But like, it feels as if like you have to kind of be like a mini theologian, mini apologist to kind of like be like confident in your theology. Unless I'm losing the point there. Now, I feel like my question does make sense. It's like, you can't like not engage with like the theological concepts, like the nuance, like you can't really like avoid that. And like you kind of have to be able to, like understand, various concepts. And I don't know how I feel about that. But I feel like that's more of like a personal preference thing. Like, just because something's complex doesn't mean you shouldn't invest time. Yeah, that's I can refute myself there. I think the argument that's most convincing to me against God is going to be specifically like targeted against the nature of God instead of the actual existence. So it would be obviously natural evil, and obviously I think most of us know what natural evil is. So like diseases, hurricanes, thunderstorms, or stuff of that nature. And like, why is that around? And then obviously Christianity would obviously argue that it's because of the fall of man, because obviously Eve ate the apple, and not even Adam and Eve obviously ate the apple, and obviously that birthed sin. And oh no, I've actually read my notes wrong. It's the fall of man, and then the question I have here is, but why is it that animals and vegetation had to suffer as well? And obviously then that would obviously argue because of the birth of sin. And I feel like the conversation does continue from there, but that's the issue. I haven't dived deep into that, so it feels as if like I can't be confident in that position. So that's obviously, I think, that's the thing that really, that really is where my questions lie. Because it's like, I mean, they didn't do anything wrong. You know what I mean? It's like, why are they at fault for obviously what, humans did? Or have I answered that question? I don't know. I'm not too sure with that one. I feel like arguments for the existence of God, for example, obviously Thomas Aquinas, I feel like most of us knew what that is. So obviously the argument for motion, obviously, is, I think, fairly convincing. Obviously, the idea of something that is in motion has been put in motion by, something else. And obviously, how can we have infinite things which are moving things in motion? Actually, I phrased that so poorly. For there to be one thing in motion, there has to be another thing in motion. And then obviously if we keep going back, there will have to be some sort of first unmoved mover, right? Thomas Aquinas obviously, he rejected the idea of an infinite regress and believed that doesn't explain why if I'm using the domino example, if there's dominoes falling and saying, oh, there's infinite amount of dominoes, that would never explain why there is a chain to begin with, because then how would that chain begin? I feel like what's another argument? I think argument from is it graduation, yeah, this idea of I don't want to like misrepresent it incorrectly, this idea of, let me even look it up real quick. Yeah, I realize I do not like this argument at all. This argument from gradation. Let me even read it here. This idea of obviously things being more, less than, better, worse than, and then this idea of there's some sort of maximum. This idea of absolute best, absolute greatest. Like this argument, I feel like obviously I've only watched like a video on this. So obviously, if this argument is maybe a bit more fleshed out in obviously Thomas Aquinas' like actual work, then cool. But bro, it just feels so poo because of the fact like that's just subjective. Like anyone could argue that this is the best or that's the best. Maybe I'll talk about arguments for and against God in another video. But yeah, that's just what I wanted to talk about for this video. Yeah, I think theology is obviously very important. That's something I'm definitely gonna go heavy on this July. And obviously, I guess removing that sort of perfectionist mindset is gonna come. Obviously, when I upload this new video, you're gonna see that. So, yeah, man. Peace.